everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a few tips that worked for me when it came to building confidence and learning to love yourself. Today I was running a few errands and I went to an interview, and then on my way back home I was thinking to myself about the many different things that I used to think when I was younger, and used to judge myself and compare myself to other people, and I feel like this is totally natural. This is part of life. This is a blessed time if you are in this situation, because if you're trying to find who you are, um, it is important that you also learn to lift yourself and be able to see the good things about yourself also, not just compare yourself and self-criticize yourself. I don't think this is healthy for anybody, because bullying is real, and I feel like at some degree everybody experiences this from other people. um, but first of all, this is something that um, basically switched something in my mind about when people are very judgmental of anybody around, and even about you. And like, you are like that way, the same way with other people too. So something that helped me overcome self-criticism and judging other people was being able to understand that everybody has their own struggles. Everybody tries to project their own insecurities in other people, and sometimes when a girl who claims to be your friend is just being super mean to you and criticizing everything you do, there's a reason behind that. Understanding that maybe she's doing this from a place of um, pain or self-criticism, or portraying her insecurities in other people, it's because they are hurting about these things, and maybe they want something that you have. And like, and vice versa. Like, when you are judgmental with other people, think about what are the things that you comment negatively about somebody else, or that you judge somebody else on. It's usually something that inside of you, like, it's just, oh my god, I wish I had that skin, I wish I had that hair, I wish I had whatever. um, Sometimes it's hard to look at things in from a perspective, but when you become mature and you learn more about yourself, you'll find yourself being able to overcome these things by being able to tell yourself what do you like about yourself. It took me a while to tell myself what I liked about myself, because when I was younger, and I feel like maybe a lot of girls and a lot of guys, oof, came through this, where somebody else in their class, or somebody else that was their friend, or someone else who was close to them, even in their family, would be like, oh my god, your nose is so big, oh my god, your lips are so big, oh my god, your eyebrows, you need to trim your eyebrows, blah blah. Like, I I have thick eyebrows naturally, and like, even my cousins will make fun of me and say like, "Oh my gosh, it's not so pretty because she has these eyebrows that connect in the middle, and they are so thick." Like, nowadays, I love my eyebrows, and I love my face, I love my lips. Um, and I used to think like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna do surgery when I start working. I'm gonna change this about my body. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that." And now I wouldn't even do that. Like, if I like, not even if somebody paid me millions to do so, I wouldn't change anything about myself. And that came to be because I started telling myself, I like this about myself. I like these characteristics about myself. Telling yourself you are talented at things, finding your talents, go expose yourself to different things, go to a painting class, go to a dancing class, go to a singing class, go play different sports, um, and, and, and and put yourself out there, and understand that when anybody begins doing anything, they are not good at it. Of course they are, and sometimes people have natural talent, and that's okay, and that's amazing. But if you want to learn a new skill, just put yourself out there, and you might surprise yourself about yourself, about, oh my god, I didn't know I could do this so well. And that's a marvelous thing, and that's part of life, and it's a great thing to be able to experience things like that. And I feel like as a teenager, you want to be able to do these things. If you are still on this insecure area, because this can last longer for many people. This can go from your childhood years to your adulthood, because we as human beings, it's natural to drag traumas and things that we are told by people that are important to us, or that at some degree we admire. And those things can be scary. But being able to tell yourself and find good things about yourself, and understanding and forgiving yourself for not being perfect, because guess what? No one is. We grow up thinking that there's an idea of how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to behave, how you're supposed to act, and and that doesn't work for everybody in the world. Being able to accept who you are and what you like and what you don't like, it's a good thing, and it's gonna help you become whoever you want to become in your life. So, something that helped me a lot with accepting myself was being able to meditate about different things. Being able to take a slow time during any time in the day and be grateful for being alive, being grateful for being the person that you are, thinking about and counting your blessings, like what are the things that you're grateful for. Because it doesn't matter how bad life is, it can always get worse. And I learned that in a very young age, and I feel like it helped me mature even sooner than a lot of people have had to do in their lives. But being able to accept that you cannot control everybody or any or every situation that you come across in your life, and letting go of those things and forgiving yourself for not being able to control these things is an amazing experience, because you're gonna find a lot of strength in understanding for yourself and a lot of forgiveness for yourself for not being able to control everything, because guess what, life is life, and the only thing that you can control is how you react to different situations. If you learn to control yourself and be able to deal with things gracefully, you are gonna build a beautiful life for yourself. It doesn't matter what happens. um, Also, being able to accept your physique, because here's the thing, we see ads everywhere, we see promotions everywhere, and everybody is exposed to thinking that beauty is only looking in a certain way or being a certain shape. Um, Not everybody is attracted to these things, and I used to think that that was like the model to go, that I needed to diet as much as possible, that I needed to be a skinny woman to be beautiful, that I needed to have my hair in a certain color to be beautiful. And then as a teenager, I experimented a lot with my hair, I experimented a lot with fashion, and I experimented a lot with different things, because it's natural and you want to copy what is in fashion. You want to be able to adapt yourself to what's popular. But I started finding that there's some things that don't look good on me. There's things that even if I try are not gonna happen. And like, if you're trying to be attractive, be able to be attractive in your own way, because guess what? The way you look, somebody's gonna like it a lot. Like, not everybody is attracted to a skinny woman. Not everybody is attracted to a fat woman. Not everybody is attracted to a certain mold. So don't feel obligated to fit in a certain mold, because that's not what nature intended for you. When you are able to love yourself internally, you're gonna be able to reflect that externally. And it was such a discovery and like a serendipity moment for me when I understood that I am beautiful the way I am, and nature intended me to look this way. And I'm not gonna be loved or liked by everybody, but I'm gonna be loved and liked by a lot of people too. So understanding that gave me the strength to be able to tell myself, hey, I love my curves, I love my boobs, I love my butt, I love my legs, I love my arms, and I love my face. And that's a beautiful thing, being able to love yourself just the way you are. Once you find these, you're gonna be able to go out and dress yourself in a flattering way, eat in a healthy way. Guess who doesn't like decadent food? I love decadent food. But I also love being able to feed myself with what is helping me be healthy on the inside. Like, I know that pizza and steak and all these things are delicious, but it's not the way that nature intended. humans to be fed constantly. When I'm able to eat real food, when I'm able to eat fruits, when I'm able to eat vegetables, when I'm able to eat simple foods, I'm feeding also um, my organs, I'm feeding my internal being in a good way, being able to build a diet that works for you, and that you know that you're eating your carbs, your fats, because you also need fat, being able to eat your protein and being able to eat your vegetables is a good thing. And once you start loving yourself, it's going to reflect outside. When I stopped dieting, and I just started eating what was healthy, and when I moved to college by myself, I was always given the food that was made at home, and I grew up eating homemade food. I wasn't like going with my family to eat fast food or anything. I always had the blessing to eat good homemade food. Um, but when I moved away, I started like eating whatever I wanted and whatever I just felt like eating, and it resulted on gain weight. But that was happening because I wasn't really paying attention to how I loved myself. If I was really loving myself in that way, because sometimes you let your feelings choose the kind of food that you eat, and that's fine. Sometimes you follow the trail, but once you start loving the being that you are for what you are, you want to be able to feed yourself internally and being able to reflect that on the outside too. And going to the finding myself nutrition on the inside also made me try to find myself to feed my soul also. What do I mean by feeding your soul? It means that you want to be able to feed your mind, you want to be able to feed your heart with good things. When you forget about all the noise there is around you, and everybody that's telling you that you should do this and you should do that, you need to be able to understand that not everybody's life track is going to apply to you. You need to be able to be on the self discovery every day to find your own purpose, and what are the things that you want in life for yourself. I was struggling a lot with this during my life because I was always trying to find a good boyfriend, or like try to pursue things that other people were doing because they were being successful about it. And I stopped for a minute. I stopped for a while. I took a break for about a year, and I started on a self discovery path where I started thinking about the things that I really wanted for myself. What is it that I want for myself? Ask these questions every day. Do I really need to expose myself to a negative space? Of course not. Do I really need to do something that I don't like just for the sake of supporting myself? Of course not. You don't have to. Sometimes we expose ourselves to situations that, for example, we can be at a bad job where there's somebody who's not gonna like you for whatever reason, and they're gonna try to make your life impossible for whatever reason. This understanding that that person might be projecting their own insecurities on yourself also made me understand that when people don't have a purpose in their life, when they don't know what they want for themselves, they find themselves doing things against other people and bullying other people. So putting yourself out of these situations is very important to keep a healthy mind and a healthy soul, because who wants to be poisoning themselves with somebody who's just criticizing everything about you, or trying to affect you in a negative way at work? Just know that you don't have to expose yourself to these things. It is a good thing to be able to love yourself, and let everybody be, even if they don't like you, because nobody's liked by everybody they come across. Nobody is like, accepting that in your life is gonna um, make things so much easier for you. Like, even if somebody's cursing at your face, you're gonna be, I'm sorry, you just won't care anymore, because you know who you are. You don't take yourself so seriously, and you're just growing every day into finding who you are and what you want. So always feed your body in a good way, and always feed your soul in a good way. Fill yourself with love. Something that I always know that a lot of people don't like to talk about is that you know that there's gonna be failure. Failure is part of life. Being able to understand that Maybe you're not gonna be able to succeed at something. It's okay. Nobody succeeds at everything they do. The best you can do for yourself is keep trying. Because if something didn't work for you, don't keep fighting the bad fight and making yourself miserable trying to pursue something that may not work for you. Because guess what? When you start exposing yourself to different activities and developing different talents, you may just come across your talent and your purpose in your life, and that's an amazing thing. Being able to understand that failure is also a good opportunity to pick up yourself and try something new, because this is the thing about being a person. You can reinvent yourself however you want. You can uh, build yourself to be whoever you want, as long as you're doing it for the right for the for a good purpose, let's say. And this is subjective. Like, this is just something that you need to discover for yourself. I cannot tell you that, but doing these little things are gonna take you a little bit closer to that purpose. Also, um, I feel like once you tell yourself that you are living for yourself and you stop relying on anybody else's approval, once you stop thinking and comparing yourself to other people, you're gonna find yourself being more loving of everybody else and being understanding of their own failures, of not being perfect, understanding that you are not perfect. It's amazing. I am not a perfect person. Tell yourself every day something you're grateful for having, something that you're happy for having in your life, something that you're happy for being good at, and that you are meant to also find happiness, and that there's nothing that is going to give you that happiness unless you give it to yourself. Once I started doing that, I stopped seeking the approval of my sentimental partners. If I had a boyfriend, I stopped um, being possessive about other people, of my boyfriends or my friends. The thing that makes me happier about this is that when you want your friends to be free, they come closer to you. When you stop judging your friends for whoever they are, they get closer to you because they find good counsel in you, and they feel like you are somebody they can trust because you're not judging them or trying to keep them locked in a friendship, because that's not what friendship is about. Relationships also, like being possessive with your boyfriend or girlfriend is not something that is gonna satisfy the relationship in a way. Being able to trust them. In my culture, there's a saying that if you love something, let it go. But if it comes back to you, it has always been yours. But if it never comes back to you, it was never yours. So there's gonna be failures in friendship, at jobs, at relationships in your life. Understanding that this is possible is gonna open a lot of windows for your mind, because you're gonna be able to just enjoy the moment, and be able to understand that you're living today, but you are just trying to make yourself as happy as possible for the moment, and you're gonna be able to live a more fulfilling life. Understanding that not everybody is successful at everything, and that you're not gonna be successful at everything, and that you're gonna fail, is gonna be able to even help you be more open to trying new things. Because thinking about what's the worst that can happen about doing something, or jumping into a relationship or getting to know somebody new is going to make you be ready for that failure, or and also help you be more successful about it, because you're not going to be attached to anything. You're just going to be living in the moment, and just making the best out of it. And I feel like that's a beautiful thing, and that's the best part of life, being able to enjoy every moment without having to put pressure on yourself about having to fulfill this role, because that's not what life is about. Life is about having this experience and being able to maximize it, and bring yourself to the most that you can be. Um, I feel like this has been a good video, and I feel like maybe I've been a little bit all over the place, but I'm just trying to put my feelings out there. You as a girl or a guy, or the way you identify yourself, be able to be in harmony with nature. Don't put bad karma on yourself by trying to pursue affecting someone else, or trying to tie anybody down. Like, focus on yourself and focus on the good things about yourself. Tell every day yourself, I am beautiful and I deserve good things in my life, and you're gonna be able to attract good things in your life, and you're gonna see things manifesting in your life in a beautiful way. So I feel like this is very important for you to develop yourself in a fulfilling way and have a fulfilling, happy life. Know that not everything that everybody does is gonna happen to you. Know that that's not probably what's gonna be what you want for yourself, but just live the moment and be able to accept the blessings that come from God or from around you, whatever your beliefs are. So I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope that you have learned something new. And I'm gonna keep posting more videos and being more specific about different things. If you wanna learn about anything personal, if you want me to share like experiences and how I dealt with, for example, heartbreak or losing a friend, or let's say how did I learn to love myself, also let me know. And I feel like I have a lot of good things to share with you. I am an old soul and I've traveled a lot. I've experienced different cultures. I've experienced different countries, and I feel like if you wanna learn about anything, feel free to ask. I feel like me doing these videos maybe something that I'm doing to help anybody out there. If you're somebody who's struggling with anything about your life, feel free to message me. I've gone through a lot of things too. Um, Feel free to let me know, and I'll be happy to share my experiences and anything that I can help you with. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I know you're a beautiful person. You also deserve everything in life. So think about that, and know that you deserve everything that is good for you. Okay? Well, have a good day. Bye bye.